Second aspect of formative assessment, dialogue with written work, and the question there, of course, do we need to have marks on everything? The research shows that that's not a productive thing to do. You need to give feedback with comments and helping people to improve their written work. Regarding any written work, homework, seat work, tests as an occasion for learning. Students, here's a teacher writing. Students are not good at knowing how much they're learning, often because we as teachers do not tell them in an appropriate way. When asked by a visitor how well she was doing in science, the student clearly stated that the comments in her exercise book, with those given verbally, provide her with the information she needs. Through that teacher changing, because it's one of a group we worked with, through changing and not giving marks on work, he changed his perspective of what was the value of what was happening on, and the pupils changed their perspective that the purpose of this written work was a step in their learning, not a test to establish how good or feeble, weak they are. And lying behind that, I'm still digging into deeper principles, the whole issues of motivation and self-esteem. Here's one researcher. Those given as marks are likely to see it as a way to compare themselves with others, ego involvement. Those given only comments see it as helping them to improve task involvement. The latter group outperform the former. Feedback given as rewards or grades enhances ego rather than task involvement. What's being said there is it's more than a device that gets better value out of written work. Actually, if you emphasize marks and grades, you're creating a certain mindset in pupils that's competitive, that's am I good, am I as good as the person next to me, where am I in the rank order, am I a whiz kid, am I a dumb, that's what you're doing. Here's a different researcher, Carol Dweck, writing about that. With ego involvement, both high and low attainers are reluctant to take risks and react badly to new challenges, and failures simply damage self-esteem. With task involvement, learners believe that they can improve by their own effort, are willing to take on new challenges, and to learn from failure. And that author, Carol Dweck's an American psychologist. She's done years of research about children's learning. And one of her pieces was to have a brief test, which she has and find in the back of her book, simply an attitude test to see whether children regard themselves as competitors, their ego involved, or believe that they can learn by their own efforts and they're not condemned to be bright or dim, they're task involved. And she shows that if you took a transition, children leave top of primary school and then see how they'd done a year later in American middle school, the task involved have gone up in the rank order, the ego involved has gone down. She's done the same thing for children at the top of American high school and after a year in college. Same result. Task involvement go up, ego involved go down. And she's followed that up by a study of adults in various professions. I've seen so many people with one consuming goal of proving themselves in the classroom, in their careers, in their relationships. Every situation calls for a confirmation of their intelligence, personality, or character. Every situation is evaluated. Will I succeed or fail? Will I look smart or dumb? Will I be accepted or rejected? Will I feel like a winner or a loser? There's another mindset. This growth mindset is based on the belief that your basic qualities are things that you can cultivate through your own efforts. And the studies with adults is broadly saying that people who come in that second category are far more happy and far more productive and effective than those in the first. But the issue is that by the way you give feedback to pupils in school, you're encouraging one or the other of those mindsets, because there's evidence on that basis, on that issue too. So I'm digging into the fundamentals. When we're talking about these aspects of formative assessment, is for learning, we're digging into something quite deep in the development of pupils as a whole person.